Okay, so the key takeaway here, the big thing that I want everyone to know is when you focus on these 3 key metrics, it helps make the world less complicated. I love this quote by Steven Levitt, economist and co-author of the book Freakonomics. Simplify, make things less complicated with these 3 key metrics. And the last thing I'll share with everyone here is definitely include the framework that I use to for customer lifecycle to bring alignment. And with that is also a campaign engagement framework, how to group your campaigns by similar types and measure the success of those, and connecting those with your customer lifecycle can bring more alignment and help you find efficiencies in your go-to-market engine.
Ian, love this. Appreciate that very much. If there are questions from the audience, write them in the chat. We'll take them from there. Can you go back to that in practice slide for a second, if you don't mind? So, sure. One of the recurring themes that we are hearing over and over again from pretty much all of the speakers, and like one of the things why this Hot Takes Live format is so compelling to me is that we really get to peek into the brain of the speakers, what they're thinking about right now, what they care for, like how they are spending their time, and like really kind of a real-time view there. So we are hearing this message over and over again, as I'm sure everyone is, around measurement, efficiency. And like your starting point is not different in that sense, but then there is an interesting spin, which I think I see here around, sure, yes, that's a starting point and that is important, but it's not the whole story. And so there is also this like additional layer around how you use that as a starting point to align the organization internally, that storytelling part to inspire actions and next steps within the rest of the organization, as well as improve the situation that you currently are looking at. Would you say that that's fair?
Absolutely. Storytelling element is essential to not just to explore the data, but to inspire action across all stakeholders.
Yeah.
People won't necessarily remember the numbers as you present them, but if you can bring in a story element, they'll remember that, and that will inspire them.
I'm curious, how much time did it take for you guys to get to this point in terms of like work? Like, is that something that you had prior to getting into this year, or is this a net new effort? Curious to double click on that as well.
For us, it is. It's not an effort in our sales journey and sales cycle, but it is a net new effort on our customer success and onboarding, and also on our marketing side.
Mm-hmm. So like building the pipes and like enabling that data to be surfaced in a useful way.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then I also find particularly intriguing the last bullet point there, like measurement, yes, but also don't forget that there is a branding element, which is less measurable and less tangible, but equally important.
Absolutely. And there's other metrics that you can look at to try and get a trend or a sense of that, but you can't easily measure that reputation, that brand awareness, and that trust. Right. You always need to be doing those things, and that's a lot of where the creative marketing comes into place, and the positioning and the messaging.
Yeah, and I would also say, I would argue that even if it's less measurable and less tangible, when you're doing a good/great job, you'll know. Because people will mention that, will mention like your brand, will mention like how they feel about it. It will impact some other metrics that maybe weren't doing as great before.
Absolutely. You'll still see that in these metrics that I talk about for the customer lifecycle journey. Mm-hmm. you may not know what they are, but you can have a growing gut sense, a feeling of there's something underlying with our brand reputation that we probably need to improve or we can boost.
Right. I'm curious. So you were mentioning, if you go back one slide further, yes, velocity, conversion, and quantity as the three core numbers. Are you guys doing a breakdown by product line, geography, acquisition source just yet, or is this kind of a next step for you?
We do layer in those dimensions that matter most to us. And like you say, for us, it's region, it's language, it's source. And then there's other dimensions that we add in and consider as well.
Yeah, because the session before yours, funny enough, was the CFO session. And the question there was like, are your go-to-market KPIs misleading you? And so part of the conversation there was exactly about efficient growth. And the fact that, yes, growth, yes, pipeline and funnel, but also there is a cost associated with that. And that is disproportionately more important. And that cost, most often than not, is different depending on all those dimensions that we were talking about, right? So it's like a good exercise to think about that as well. Maybe not necessarily operationalize just yet if you're not there, but definitely have that top of mind.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Ian, this was great. Thank you so much. From the audience, Nicole, you get the link. So this is also a resource for you. If you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to him on LinkedIn. Thanks for watching.